Hello, colleagues. Today, I just want to take a few minutes to introduce you to the course data summary that is available on the homepage in the courses section of Nuventive. Once you log into Nuventive and select your courses, and here I'm going to work with English courses, the landing page is a dynamic dashboard, which enables you to view at a higher level all the assessment activity that has been recorded in Nuventive, keeping in mind that assessment may be occurring outside of Nuventive that has not yet been recorded. So to introduce each of these sections to you, we'll start here on the left. We can see we have a list, a table with all of the courses. And then we can see how many of the student learning outcomes each course has. We can see which course has assessment methods entered. And we can see if there are courses that have results and action plans entered for individual SLOs. And then we can see here of those results that have been entered, what is the percentage that have met the criteria. So this is tabular format. We have a slightly more expanded view of that in the details below, in the details table, where here you can see we are looking at English 101. So this is a much larger table because we're looking at all of the courses. You could look at this in focus mode to expand it, which is a little bit easier to see. And you can see English 101. We have the individual outcomes. When you are entering your student learning outcome names, I do recommend that you give them abbreviated, meaningful names so it's easier to recognize them immediately. And those names would show up in this SLO name column. But here's the long SLO, the full description of that student learning outcome. And these are coming from our 335s. And you can see these other columns with more details here. We can click back to report to get back to the dashboard. Notice that we have these gauges. So we have a gauge that shows the percentage of courses with student learning outcomes typed into Nuventive. We have a gauge that shows the percentage of student learning outcomes with assessment methods, a gauge that shows the student learning outcomes with results, and a gauge that shows the results that have met the criteria. We also have the ability to filter by courses. And then as you do that, you'll see everything changes. The tables change, the gauges change. And then we can just click it again to deselect. We can also filter by student learning outcome status. Mostly you're going to want to click on active. Archived SLOs are those that are no longer in force. And then you have the reporting period, and you can see these are academic years. So hopefully this dashboard is going to be useful for you when you're logging in and you just want a high-level overview of the activity that's happening within Nuventive. So if you are a dean or a chair, this might help you identify where you can offer support to your faculty working in Nuventive. And for faculty, it's just a nice way to see all of your efforts coming together into some type of graphical or visual display, something a little bit different. You can print these tables out. Here's the focus mode again. You see you have more options, exporting the data, showing it as a table. So you have these other options for how you want to sort ascending, descending. But I encourage you to just get into the dashboard, play around with it. If there's anything that you would like to provide some feedback on in terms of what we've included in the dashboard, if there are items that are excluded that you think you would like to see on this dashboard, just reach out to the Assistant Director of Assessment, Maria Query, and let her know. You can also let me know and I can pass that information on for you. But we really appreciate all of the work that you're doing with your assessments. And how you are being diligent with getting your information loaded into Nuventive. It's really helpful. We are also here to help you. So if you need any help with any of your assessment work, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Jen Billman, or Maria Query. Thank you so much.